Yeah. I've literally just got back to my car from the Jeremy Corbyn question and answer session, and I'm just analysing exactly what was basically said there. I was thinking on the way here that a good leader needs two things. They need a vision of what they want to create, and they need a way to get there. It's definite that Corbyn's got a vision of the way he wants to get there. He's created a utopia there of a better world, and I think every politician needs to do that, and it's what I really didn't see from Miliband. Ways to get there, to me, seemed a little bit more vague, and I would have liked that filled out a bit more about how exactly he was going to deal with the deficit. He seemed to indicate at one stage it's not our concern, as in, you, the person who's watching this video, did not create this mess. Why the hell are we being asked to clean it up? And it's something I've said before myself, possibly repeated from someone else. But apart from that, there's going to be pressures on to say, well, no, you owe it. You're going to have to pay it back. If he should get into a position of being the leader of the country, he's going to face a lot of opposition to want to pay it back. What he did decimate, though, was the idea of austerity and how it's not going to work, because all that's going to happen by taking more and more money out of the country, out of this system, you're just going to make people poorer and poorer and unable to spend any money, which would raise VAT and income tax. So that's going to end. So he decimated austerity, but did he come up with a cohesive plan to actually pay it down, to do something about it? There are things that have been said, like the ending of corporate fiddles in not paying tax, and that they should pay their fair share. He did also indicate that the deeper your pockets, the more you should be paying back, which again echoes what I believe. I don't believe the poorest in this country should be forced to pay back a bill, number one, that they didn't earn, and number one, that they can't afford to pay back. I've done a recording on that, and I'm going to be putting it on YouTube at some point in time, so you can listen for yourself exactly what he said about that. I did a 10-minute recording just on that one question. It was a question he's asked. The crowd there, I just looked around the crowd and I thought, is this a kind of minority crowd here? Are we just representation of, say, older people, younger, more militant people, middle class, angst-ridden people? What have we got here? There was a good mix of people there. I couldn't define the crowd as being a particular type of crowd. So it seems he's getting a broad range of people interested in what he's got to say. He got a lot of applause in it, and at the end he got a standing ovation from people. He's actually got some humour in there. He's quite funny, and he told some stories about how he was nominated and the problems he had with nomination. He does represent a change in our politics as a country, but maybe it's time for that change to happen. Maybe we're sick of being right. Maybe the country as a whole is now saying, I've had enough of this idea of money going to the people with money, that money should be shared out. He emphasised a couple of times that it doesn't matter how wealthy you are, you don't know what's around the corner, you don't know what's going to happen, what accident, what illness you may get, in which case you need a benevolent society to help you out. Words that I would have echoed myself. Yeah, it's given me a feeling of I'm still hopeful that this can actually achieve something here. He didn't throw the Labour Party under the bus like some in the Labour Party are throwing him under the bus. Didn't mention any particular names. He hasn't mentioned anything about other people's campaigns. But I get the feeling that he wouldn't anyway. He's mentioned that the Labour Party has to be coherent. It has to be joined together. And whereas other candidates seem to be trying to pull the whole thing apart, whereas they're trying to pull him down, he's going, whatever you elect. This is my point. My feeling is we could do a lot worse than him for a Labour Party leader, and we could do a lot worse with him as a Prime Minister of the country. At the very least, the popularity he's getting must be showing other people in the Labour Party, other MPs, other people, heavyweights, that there are votes on the left side that need to be catered for, and that at the very least they need to move further toward the left rather than further toward the right to keep people interested. This is my first time at a political debate, so I can't judge him next to other people's and how they would stand up in a room. He is most definitely a person of the people. Yeah. I came away impressed with the guy. Impressed as a person. We'll see.